it happened in July. I was over here to play the Isle of Wight Festival, and a very good friend of mine said, what do you think, I don't know if you'd be up for this, but they're going to be doing some recording at Headley Grange. I don't know if you've heard of Headley Grange from like Led Zeppelin, Headley Grange, like that. What? Yes, I'm in. I mean, this little place behind me here is really hallowed ground for music and for drumming. Led Zeppelin recorded some of their third record here, most of their fourth record, and a lot of physical graffiti. Led Zeppelin happens to be my favorite band. John Bonham just so happens to be the best rock drummer ever and my personal favorite. And when the levee breaks, a particular number that has a certain sound that is probably the most iconic drum sound that everyone tries to emulate and has for over 40 years. And to be able to have an opportunity to record in the spot that no one has been in here for 40 years. It's a now private residence, it has been, but no one has recorded music, and to be able to play drums where John Bonham played those beats and that music is beyond my wildest dreams. If you would have told me that when I was a little kid, I would have said that you're high on crack. I can't put into words how excited when we pulled up today. You know, I woke up at 4:30 in the morning. I couldn't get back to sleep. I'm just like a little kid before Christmas. It was unbelievable for a musician and for a drummer to be able to go and play here. I mean, it's not even on a bucket list. It's like, it's just amazing. And I thank the guys from Spitfire to be so kind as to think of me to be able to be one of the drummers to come in here and be the first as well. Oh, Roger Taylor gets to go tomorrow. I've got it all warmed up for you, Raj. I was nervous when I came in here at first. I was just like, I mean, I kissed the ground. And it just means so much to be here. I'm so grateful, and it's fantastic, and I'm still beside myself. God, just to be in that space, and of course it's right in the door, the foyer, is where many years ago, I think John Bonham's tech brought in a new Ludwig kit that he had delivered. And they were already set up in another part of the house. And so he just left the kit in the foyer. And I think the other guys in the group went to the pub or something and left, and he stayed behind. John stayed with Andy Johns, who's engineering Zeppelin 4. And they set the kit up. And I don't know whether they were working on the levee breaks or not, but he started to play that beat. And to be able to just look up and see the way the stairs go. It's not a really large space, as you guys will see, but the way with the stairs and the way the construction, I think, reflects the sound in a way that is magical. And goosebumps, man, it was amazing. It was awesome. Yeah, I worked with Andy Johns on a Chickenfoot album in 2008, I think, or 2009. And to be able to work with the renowned engineer, producer that's done so many great records. Yeah, we would sit around when we do the Chickenfoot album, and at the end of the night, we would ask Uncle Andy, you know, tell us about the Stones and Exile on Main Street, and tell us about Zeppelin. And you know, he was very nice to regale us with all these stories, and it was really great because he's very has history with a lot of the bands that I love. So specifically, I would ask him Led Zeppelin questions, and obviously this one was the one that came up, and he just said it was really kind of simple, that they didn't take a lot of time, and it was really kind of an experiment. I think they were frustrated with not being able to get the sound that they were looking for. We were trying to track levee, and obviously the space in the beat and the air in between and that little bit of echo just was perfect. And he recorded some of it, of John playing, and he said, come out here in the truck, you're gonna wanna hear this. And he said that John came out and he said, bloody cannons! That's it! God bless Andy Johns, and God bless John Bonham, and you know, it's sad that they're no longer with us, but the incredible history of music, well, lives on with us forever, and what an opportunity to be here, you know, and Andy would be, I think he would be happy that, that I got an opportunity to be here. Yep. I think at the time when they used it to write and record, I'm not sure if anyone was living here at the time, but it's been a residence for a long time, and then since the mid-'70s, a family has been actively living here, and so that's how we got lucky enough to be able. They were so gracious to let us come in, and it does. It's a little like a little bit of a time warp, you know. I mean, I don't think it was quite like this when Zeppelin was in here, but it feels homey, and it doesn't feel derelict or in any way sort of, you know, like falling down or beaten up. It's beautiful inside. So you kind of, yeah, you feel like you're in somebody's home, but at the same time you're in this very historic place when all this great music happened here. I mean, it's very inspiring. I went over and sat by the fireplace where, you know, supposedly Robert Plant wrote like most of Stairway to Heaven. This is unbelievable. It's the greatest thing. Come on. But you know, it's funny. It's like when you go back to school, like when you go to grade school, and the school looks a little smaller, you know, and I had this thing of like, I had the Grange, and and the sound, you know, it's this massive, giant thing. It's very cozy. It's not a, although it's obviously a very big estate, but the rooms are not gigantic rooms. It just goes to show that like what you can do when the acoustics are right and somebody knows how to play and someone knows how to record. You can make, you know, incredible sounds in a very, you know, in a house, basically in a house. I mean, Chili Peppers have recorded in houses too, and there's something about it that lends itself to being not feeling like you're in a sterile sort of environment that studios sometimes can feel like. You're there's nobody else around, you can record when you want, you know, you have that luxury, which is really, really great, but it feels a little more organic, a little less, you know, looking at the clock and anything to make yourself more comfortable while you're recording. And I'm sure that's why, you know, people have been doing it for a long time, but I'm sure that's one of the reasons why this music has endured and was so great, it was recorded great, and because they felt comfortable here. You know, I mean, we're south of London, right, southwest, and it's about an hour and a half or something, and yeah, we're in this kind of sleepy little village, and it is a really special place, but it's tucked away in this quiet little village that is so unassuming, and I can only think that probably one of the reasons why they chose it, because it's away from, you know, the hustle and the bustle of the big city, and you come here to work. And that's another really good thing about having sort of a remote place to record is, you know, you tend to be less distracted and get into trouble and whatnot, make you focused. And I could see definitely, you know, why they come here to do it, because it's pretty quaint. I feel like gentleman farmer. So of course, after you play, you know, the levee break beat that you sort of have to, I'm trying to think like what's going to sound good. What sort of rhythms and beats or anything on the drum set that I should play, and immediately I found that, again, the slower tempo things spoke well and sounded good, were more attached to, I think, the environment that lent itself to sounding good. But, you know, I had to mix it up a little bit. You know, I told these guys, I said, I really only have one beat, just faster and slower. That's kind of, but it's been working for 30 years. So that's all I got. At first, I have to say, I was a little bit nervous. I mean, I had a bunch of people standing around and you were just like, here you are. Okay, Chad, be great right now. Play as good as John Bonham. I'm like, ah. So it took me a minute to like get acclimated and try to like, okay, just do your thing and play. And they were great, like helping me out, just like, you know, do this and okay, some more of that, and you know, give me just different beats that kind of is what I do. Just do my thing, whatever that is, and so you'll hear some of that, you know, and that's it. Yeah, but you know, I have to say again, just like thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. It's a dream come true for a little kid from Detroit, and it's incredible, and I'll never forget it as long as I live, which hopefully is a long time.